Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, not another DIY vlog. My name is Quenisha, and today I'm going to be showing you what my goals are for the year 2020. So if you're interested in seeing what those look like, please stay tuned. So excuse my voice because I know it sounds a little manly, but it is very early in the morning. I am fully awake. I've been awake for about an hour and a half now, and it is 7:20. I've probably been awake longer than that. I was just laying on the bed watching TV, and I couldn't go back to sleep, so I said, let me get up and let me do something productive. So here I am, filming this video with my deep voice. It'll be okay. So this video is going to come out a little late. I don't know what date I had it planned for in the year, but I wanted to get a clear grasp on what I was doing as far as my goals for the year. Now, before I have been setting very lofty, very vague, and very simple goals. And so this year I really wanted to get down to being very specific about what I'm supposed to be doing, when I'm supposed to be doing it, that kind of thing. So that is why it's taking me a little longer. I did have like preliminary goals set for myself back in November-ish, and I've basically been stewing over these goals and steps and things like that for the last 2.5 months, basically. So what I have here, if you have not seen my goal setup video, I am using the Erin Condren Academic Planner, and the front section is projects and exams. And so what I've done is I've just changed it to my goals section. So I have set 3 goals in each of these categories for myself. And I'm going to be using this to write the goals out, write some important things, deadlines, those kind of things on these sheets. So I have financial, personal, wellness, business, and professional. So those are the goals, and I have plenty of sheets for more. So say for instance, I think of something else that I want to make a goal, then I have plenty of sheets. Or if I finish one of these goals, I can then set new goals for myself throughout the year. What I'm planning on doing is doing a monthly check-in for myself. That might not be something that I film. However, I do want to do a monthly check-in, see where I'm at. And then also a quarterly check-in, because this year I'm going to be doing quarter goals. I know I'm talking and I'm not doing anything yet, but I want to make sure you guys understand where my thought process was. So I got this idea from a bunch of different YouTubers who do their goals in quarters. Sunshine and Stationery was one of the main ones. She does a little mind map. And then Cindy Guterbaldo, I hope I'm saying her name right. She did kind of a mind map in this fashion. And I know it's a lot and it's in pencil and you really can't see it. But she kind of drew it out like this, and it kind of made more sense to my brain. I know it's a lot of writing, but to see it like this really did help me break down what I was trying to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over these things, and that's how we're going to set our goals on these sheets, is because I'm just going to pull things off of here. Now, this was just my draft. This is not the final product. I have been debating on how I want to finish the final product, but it'll get done. And the final product basically will be something that I can see every day. Because, yes, I do look in my planner every day. But this will be something I can hang up and I can look at. And I can say, oh, I'm trying to reach that. I'm trying to do that. And then this will be where my planner will be where I'm keeping those steps to check in, follow through. If something doesn't work, mark it out and do something else. Make sure I've got my deadlines, because I didn't put any deadlines on here. That would have been just too much. But so let's go over this. The first goal is financial. So for my financial goals, I have a bunch of different things that I want to do. No spend. So no spend is going to be one of those things to where I'm not going to be spending on excess things. So a lot of people have been calling it low spend, but I'm really setting my budget up to where I'm putting my money somewhere. Every penny goes somewhere. And so that doesn't allow for me to spend frivolously on things, because the money is already set for something. And so in my mind, it works. And so that's why I have no spend. Now, I will have months where I'm not spending on anything. So January is one of those months where if it's not in the budget, unless it's extreme emergency, like I have to go to the emergency room or something like that, I'm not spending any money. So I'm not buying things that I should not be buying. And I am keeping track of my no spend. I want to show you guys here. Now I have missed some days, as you can see, but I am checking off the days that I absolutely do not spend any money, don't go anywhere. And these days are me getting things that I need. For instance, we needed coffee and we did not buy coffee with the grocery budget for whatever reason. So I needed to buy coffee. So, but I'm taking that as you spent money that day on something that you technically didn't need to spend money on. So what we need to do is adjust the grocery budget so that it is encompassing things that we need throughout the month, because we only go shopping once a month. So we need things like bread and fresh fruits and vegetables and coffee if we run out, things like that. So we need to adjust that. Anyways, so I'm going to be on low spend. I want to start investing. So the first thing I'm going to do with my investing is I'm going to zoom in so y'all can actually see what I wrote. The first thing I'm going to do on my investing is saving money. So my goal is to save $1,000 for investments, and then start investing. So the first quarter, that's what I meant when I'm doing the quarter goals. And I didn't write it out here because it kind of ran out of space. But the first quarter, I'm going to be saving the money, and I'm going to be researching the best ways to invest. So that's what I'm going to be doing for that. My emergency fund, I'm trying to save up 2 paychecks. That would be, my goal would be $6,000. So I have this broken down into quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4. So for the first quarter, I'm just saving $1,000. So for January, February, March, I'm just saving $1,000. I do think I'm going to reach this goal. So we'll just keep it up until I get to the $6,000 mark. Now, if I'm making my goals or going over my goals for each quarter, that's fine. If I'm not making my goals, that's when I need to sit down and reevaluate what's going on. Where's the money going? Are there things that I really didn't foresee? Like, for instance, I need tires on my car. Now I'm going to have to use money for that. Am I going to use my savings? Am I going to work extra somewhere? Like, how am I going to get that extra money to buy the tires? But either way, as long as I'm hitting the goal or going over the goal each quarter, I'm good. If I'm not hitting the goal, then I have to reevaluate my situation. So that is for my emergency fund. And then the last thing is to pay off the last of my credit card debt, which is $1,600. That is my Wells Fargo credit card. It is my longest running credit card. So it is something that I want to pay off. It has the highest balance on it. And then after I pay it off, this is going to be my quarter 1 goal, but after I pay it off, I'm thinking about reevaluating what I'm going to do with that extra money that I have on that account. It is my longest running credit card. I don't want to close it because that wouldn't help me any. But it's a lot of money on there, and I'd get no perks from Wells Fargo. So if I was getting some perks or something like that, then it would be great. But because I'm not, I got to reevaluate that situation and see what's best for me as far as my financial goals. So what I'm going to do, these 3, the Wells Fargo credit card, emergency fund, and start investing, will be goals that I'm going to be setting. The no spend is just going to be a mantra that I'm going to be keeping up with. So if that helps you figure out where I was with that, then there's that. Next, I'm going to do wellness. So for my wellness goals, I was going to increase my physical activity. So currently I'm trying to reach 10,000 steps a day. I have not reached that on a consistent basis, so I'm going to start working on that first. And then when I have plenty of days where I've reached that step, then I'll move my step goal up some. So this will probably be like a 6-month thing. I am a teacher. I do walk around a lot. I do not walk around as much as I did when I worked in the healthcare field. So that's something I need to do. And also, if you didn't know, I was injured for the last 4 months of 2019. So the walking was not there. But I'm getting back at it, and I was reaching my goal before I got injured, so we'll work on that. Water intake, I'm trying to drink 2 bottles of water a day. You might be like, oh, that's not enough water. That's fine. I don't drink a lot of water, so that's enough water for me. And then last but not least, I need to be taking my iron supplement. Now, I have bought the iron supplement, and I'm going to change this. I take it once a day. I'm going to change this to take it every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The reason being is because iron makes me extremely hungry, like when I'm taking it. Plus, it TMI, it causes you to have some constipation. And so I'm not trying to get in that boat. Now, the water will help with the constipation. However, it does not help with my hunger, extreme hunger, if you ask me. So I have adjusted it, take it once a day. I already noticed a difference. I am less tired. And I used to crave ice like so much, and I'm not craving it as much now. So that is, that's something I'm doing. I've already bought it, so that's something I can mark off and take it once a day. I have been very consistent with that. It's only this is day 12 of 2020, but that's a good goal, and I'm working on it. All right, I'm going to skip personal for now because it's a lot in personal. Let's do professional. For professional, I only have 3. I want to take a grant writing class. I'm trying to get technology for my students, and that class will help. Now, that's money that will have to come out of my pocket unless I can figure out a way for my job to pay for it, which is also an opportunity that I have. But until I figure something out about that, I'm going to be paying it out of my pocket in order to help the students. I want to make one of my classes be an online platform, which means that all the lessons, activities, and things like that are online. That is just for, number one, paper's sake. We don't have books in my class, so we have a lot of paper, and I don't like that. If we had a book, and I don't teach out of books a lot, but for this class, it's necessary because there are certain like fine points that they need to get that they can get out of a book following steps. Like, we're not going to be doing the worksheets that much unless I have a sub or something like that. But like the steps, the little fine steps that they would need a book for. However, we don't have books. So a lot of this stuff is paper that I have been printing off, and I don't like that. So we're going to try to transform it to an online platform. Worksheets, PowerPoints, videos, articles, all that stuff is going to be embedded. It's a process, and I'm looking forward to doing it, and I'm excited about how it's going to turn out. And then last but not least, technology. So the grant writing class will help that. But if I can find other avenues to get the technology, I have been talking to a terrible amount of people about the technology for our class and how we can move that into the 21st century, because medicine is not paper and pencil anymore. And if you're completely confused, I teach a medical class at a high school where the students are able to get certified in a medical office assistant certification. So yeah, they're not using paper and pen like that when you go to the doctor's office, and it's a hard thing for us to get people to understand, because they think medicine is still that way, and it's not. It has way moved in the last 10 years. It has moved away from paper and pencil. Now, we might still fill things out with paper when we go to the doctor, but as far as them entering your stuff into a database, like that happens on a daily basis. Like, all of our medical files are electronic. So that is why I'm trying to do that for professional. And you notice I don't have that many goals here for professional, and that is because I only work 190 days, a year. And I'm not trying to overwhelm myself with that when I have other goals that I want to set. Over here is my business goals. This is the one that's the most confusing, up in the air, if any of those words help. Because I have a lot of things that I want to do with not a lot of time, number one, and not a lot of know-how. So what I'm doing is educating myself, because that's what you need to do when you're trying to do something new. And then with that education, I'm hoping that I can expand all of these into something viable. Okay. So the first thing is Etsy. You see how I just put Etsy on here and nothing else? Because I'm not sure what I'm doing. I do have an Etsy shop set up. It is called the Quirky Baby Boutique. And I sell mostly everything baby, boppies, bibs, burp cloths, washcloths, those kind of things. So you can get like themed items and stuff like that for your little one or a gift for somebody. But I want to figure out what to do with it. So that's why it's on here, but I haven't figured it out. And so that's why it has no branches. The blog, same thing. I've been running my blog for about 3 years now, and it might be longer than that. Oh my goodness. Either way, it has went nowhere, and that's because I haven't put enough time and energy into it. So it's on here for me to think about what I want to do with it, and if it's a possibility, I will shut it down if I'm not going to be using my time wisely with that. Not another DIY vlog. That's you guys. I have been working on that. I I have a content calendar, and on my content calendar, I want to make sure I have Plan With Me's, my Traveler's Notebook, and my Design Planner. And then for the Plan With Me's, I want to post once a week, which I've been doing very well with. For my Design Planner, I want to post once a week, which I've been doing very well with. And for my Traveler's Notebook, I want to post once a month, which I have not started that. It is on my list of things to do probably this week or next week so that I can post. Now, I have enough material to post more than once a month, but again, I was setting very lofty goals for no reason, so we're going to work on that. And then last but not least is Instagram. I did have a lofty goal in December to post every day on Instagram. That did not happen. So guess what? We're going to post 2 times a week. And if I post more, great. But if I'm not posting 2 times a week, then I need to reevaluate what's going on. And I am going to be implementing something like, I think it's called Planoly, where I can set the post to go on a certain day at a certain time. So I'm going to be implementing things like that. So that will definitely help. And then hopefully once I get the hang of it and all that good stuff, then I can increase that number. So that is business. And last but not least is this big mama jamma here, my personal goals. Because it is all about me and what I want to do and how I want to increase my productivity and how I want to increase my well-being and things like that. So personally, I want to minimize my possessions. That includes buying less, throwing things away that I should not be keeping, things that are broken that I think I might be able to fix, or stuff like that. Like if I know I'm not going to fix it, I'm just going to throw it away. Donating things that I am not using anymore. So most of that will be like clothes and things like that. And so that is one. The second one is I'm going to try to do a quilt a month. Now the reason why is because it goes along with minimizing my possessions, but I have a lot of fabric that I have bought. Fabric. So what I'm going to be doing here is trying to quilt a month. I want to name the quilt. This will give me, when I'm thinking about what I need to be doing, I can say, quilt the mini triangles, if that's what one of my quilts is. Make sure I'm cutting them. I like to bulk cut, so the whole quilt will be cut at once. Make sure I do put it together. And when I say quilt, I really mean the top part of the quilt, the piecing part. I don't really like quilting, so I might need to change that to piecing so that, you get where I'm going. And then I have donate ? Because I obviously can't keep all these quilts around if I'm trying to minimize my possessions. So I need to find somewhere that I feel like is worthwhile for me to donate the quilts to. And there are a couple organizations out there that I have in mind, but when I figure that out, I'll write it in. All right, I'm going to go up here to books. I do have a couple of books that I have been toying with writing, and they are fiction books. So one of them is a children's book that I wrote when I was in like middle school, y'all. So I want to get that illustrated, and then I want to find a publisher for that book. This is just for the fun of it. It's not something that I think I'm going to be making $1 million off of. Now, if I do make $1 million, yippee. If I don't, I'm not going to be sad about it. But it's just the fact of finishing that project. My word for the year is follow through. So I want to make sure I'm following through on some of these things or all of these things. So that is just been hanging out. I have been moving it from house to house. So I want to get it illustrated and then get it published. And then the last thing is the novel that I have. It's 2 of them, but I'm only going to work on one. And I need to set a word count for myself for a day or a week or a month where I'm making sure I am getting all of these words written down. So that's my goal for my books. And again, the novel is just for my own personal pleasure. I love to read. I have gotten a lot of things out of reading. And so I thought, let me just see if I can write a book. Now, does that mean I'm going to be an expert or I'm going to be the next, Harry Potter book writer? No. However, it is something that I wanted to do. So I put that down. And then last but not least is school. This is a big part. If you don't know, I am in graduate school currently. And this is a big part because it's the next 3 years of my life. And I want to make sure I'm doing it right. I'm not spending a ton of money on student loans anymore because I have enough for my master's degree. So my goals are to find some grants and scholarships. I'm researching, applying, and following up. Those would be my steps that I'm trying to follow. I need to come up with a dissertation topic. I have an idea. I have sent an email to my advisor. I'm waiting on him to respond to see, what's the best avenue to go with that. And then I need to pick a functional minor. At the school I'm going to, a functional minor means something I'm going to be concentrating on that has, in my mind, it has something to do with my dissertation. So I did pick that already. Yay. I picked the classes. Yay. And then I emailed my advisor. So this goal is already done, y'all. And we're only on the 12th day. So I did do that. So I'm going to write it down because I feel accomplished when I check it off and say I completed it. But then I'm probably going to have another step for school. Maybe not in this first quarter. I might think of something else because I'm still going to be focusing on these two. And I need steps for my dissertation. So I will figure those out. So that is currently what this little mind map is looking like. I know that was a lot of information, but what I'm going to be doing now is putting all of this into my planner, and then I will figure out a way, and hopefully I can show you guys what that looks like at the end of the video, figure out a way to do this better in color so I can hang it so I can look at it every day. So let me go ahead and get these goals down in my academic planner, and we'll go from there. Okay, y'all, I'm not sure where it cut off, but here are the goals set out. So I just did goal 1 and put the goal and then put what it was. And here I've been putting little notes to myself or action steps that I could take or whatever the case may be. I did combine a few, like on my personal one, the minimize possessions. I went ahead and added the quilting to that. And so fabric stash is something that I want to minimize. I have not set an actual goal. I'll work on that. And then I didn't put a deadline for myself. But I do want to quilt 1 quilt per month. And I think I'm going to put some check-offs, habit trackers here to check that off. School is the same. Books are the same. And then flip here. This is wellness. So like I put the goal, I put step for quarter 1, but like for water intake, I just put drink 2 bottles of water. I haven't put any steps here. Maybe I'll increase my water intake in quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4, or I might leave it the same. Let's see when I do my quarter 1 check-in. How about that? I will figure that out. And then I take my iron peel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This might change. It might not. We'll see. And I didn't put any deadlines for the wellness for whatever reason. I'll still work on that. I might just make them be quarter 1 deadlines for now and then reevaluate the situation. All right, business. The only one I really have is my content. So I want to post a plan with me, post a design with me, post my travels notebook, and then I put Instagram in this goal for me to post twice a week. And then not another DIY blog, which is my blog. I haven't figured it out yet, still blank. And then my Etsy shop, I haven't figured it out yet, still blank. And then last but not least is my professional goals. Now, I wrote the goals down, but I haven't done any of the action steps yet. Number one, I don't know what I'm doing. I know like a general gist, but I don't know where to start yet, and I'm still working on that. I have found a class here, so it's just a matter of me deciding when I want to take it and pay for it, that kind of thing. I'm still working on the technology. I'm trying to figure out a way to smartly do this, and smartly is not a word, but y'all know what I mean. And then online platform, I just need steps for this. It's something that I can go ahead and start doing. Most of the stuff is electronic. I just need to figure out how to turn like my notes into electronic. Any other worksheets that we have that I might give them in paper, how to have them fill that out. And I also want to figure out a way to track their progress so that they can't just send the information to each other for their assignments. I want to know that they clicked into it and that they spent time in the program doing the work, so that when it comes down to assessments and things like that, they're not lost because they didn't do any work. Somebody else did it for them. So there is that. So this video is probably really long, but that's okay. I got down what I wanted to get down, and I think I'm going to go off camera and do this part, like make it pretty, and then I'll come back and show you guys what it looks like. But yes, currently this is what my goals are looking like. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, especially if you want to see how I fared for the first quarter of this year. And then also don't miss any of my other videos. Hit that bell notification and those will pop up for you when I upload new videos. I thank you guys again for watching, and you guys have a great week. Bye bye.